Depression and anxiety rates are skyrocketing. The World Health Organization actually calls it a mental health crisis. But no one's talking about one simple, more obvious fix, which is improving gut health. Around 90% of our serotonin, which is our feel-good hormone, is actually produced in the gut. So if our gut is not happy, our brain is not happy. Now the good news is that your gut health can actually start to improve in just 3 days. And all you need is a forkful of one simple food every day, which I'll be going through today. I'm Jill and I help you simplify nutrition and enjoy food again without the guilt. And if you stick with me till the end, I've got a freebie that's going to help you even more. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button because I post videos every Thursday. Now, let's dive in. If you're someone who's bloated, you struggle with digestion, and your mood is always a bit off, then this video is for you. It's not normal to feel uncomfortable in your stomach all the time. I used to think it was normal for many years. But then when I started looking after my gut health, everything started to shift. I started to get more energy, my skin got better, and my mood also improved dramatically. The biggest culprit for poor gut health, which I'm sure is not going to surprise you, is sugar and processed foods. They feed the bad bacteria in your gut and they create inflammation in the body. So yes, our goal has to be to reduce these foods. However, we also want to heal and rebuild the good bacteria in the gut. And one of the best and easiest ways to do this is through fermented foods. Now, I know when you hear fermented foods, you're probably like, oh, this sounds really complicated, but honestly, it's not. So stick around because I'm going to go through 5 easy ways that you can easily include them in your diet. Now, fermented foods are amazing for you because they introduce good bacteria in your gut and they allow your microbiome to thrive. Think of your gut microbiome like a rainforest in your belly, a diverse ecosystem with bacteria that keeps your digestion, your immunity, and your mood in balance. So a balanced microbiome, meaning a microbiome that's full of good bacteria, is actually linked to lower rates of anxiety and depression. So basically what we're saying is what you eat affects how you feel. Now the good thing, as I said before, is that your gut microbiome can actually start to improve in just 3 days. And one forkful of fermented foods daily can really make a difference. Fun fact for you, fermentation is not new, it's actually ancient. Long before refrigerators were invented, people actually used salt or vinegar in order to preserve vegetables for months. They then discovered an unexpected benefit, which is that these foods were actually growing beneficial bacteria, turning into a natural probiotic. How amazing is that? So incorporating fermented foods into your diet is actually simple, affordable, and delicious. You can find them at any supermarket or you can make them yourself from scratch at a much lower cost. I'm now going to go through 5 great store-bought options. Plain yogurt with live cultures or kefir. You can easily add this to your smoothies, to your oats, to your curries for extra creaminess, or even just as a snack. Kombucha. Make sure you go for the low sugar kind. Kombucha is amazing, it's delicious, and it's a great alternative for alcohol, which actually damages the gut lining. Sauerkraut or kimchi, even one forkful a day with your lunch or your dinner will start to introduce good bacteria in the gut. Miso, you can use it as a soup starter, or I actually use it instead of stock. And I use it for my stir fries, for my curries, for my soups. It's actually got a really nice umami-rich flavor. And lastly, tempeh. I like to grill it on my meat-free days, and it's full of protein, probiotics, and it keeps you full for hours. For best results, mix and match because different fermented foods have different strains of beneficial bacteria. So the more, the better. And when you're purchasing them at the supermarket, make sure you're looking for raw, live cultures, or unpasteurized on the food labels to make sure you're getting the good stuff. If you've recently taken antibiotics or if you take daily medication, your good gut bacteria can actually be depleted. So fermented foods are even more important in this case. Now, quick note, if you do have candida overgrowth, fermented foods can actually worsen symptoms. So make sure you clear that up before you add an abundance of fermented foods to your diet. Another way to improve your gut health is to eat 3 specific seeds. And I've made a video on this as well, which you should be able to find on the screen. Because remember, improving your gut health is not just about one food. It's about including an abundance of nourishing foods and creating small, consistent habits that you can keep up with. So next time you're at the supermarket, grab yourself a jar of kimchi or sauerkraut, or better yet, make it at home for a fraction of the price. I've linked a free simple sauerkraut recipe in the comment section below. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.